right. And hello, anyone who is watching this VOD in the future. This is a very special episode of Sam and Kam Quarantine Edition.
This is the first time we recorded during Sam and Kam.
Yeah, we've kind of been on hiatus because our entire setup kind of, depended on us being physically present in person, and of course during quarantine it is too dangerous to go to anyone else's house right now, at least where we are. Really everywhere, but especially where we are.
At the very least, we at the time we're recording this, and in fact this will go up even before our buffers of episodes is done. Like, we're in the middle of Birth by Sleep right now, like going by our uploads, but in actuality we have completely finished Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
So like we've been on hiatus for recording, but we still have a good amount of videos.
Yeah, so we're fine. Like, at the time we're recording this, I think the time we're recording this, there's only like half of all the Birth by Sleep episodes up.
Yeah.
So
no worries. But yeah, basically we are going to watch Kingdom Hearts back cover because it's one of the things that Sam needs to do, and so we could get our Kingdom Hearts fill during this quarantine.
During the marathon, just kind of in general.
Yeah. And then we'll see how it goes in the future. But for now, like, since Sam beat Kingdom Hearts 2, back cover doesn't really require much. So Sam, are you still in the menu to choose the big games?
Yeah.
You can press X on back cover and go to the title screen there.
Okay.
In the meantime, I will explain what back cover is to you. Basically, Kingdom Hearts Union Cross is the mobile game spin-off of Kingdom Hearts. Story-wise, it takes place. It's the Age of Fairy Tales, or maybe after Age of Fairy Tales. I don't remember. And basically, do you remember Kyrie's grandmother explaining the story of how the world was made, or the worlds were made?
Yeah, vaguely.
Yeah, it was like a great light ruled the world, but then everybody got greedy and fought over the light, and then the Keylid War happened, and then all the worlds got separated, or rather, the darkness engulfed the world, and then the light in the hearts of children shined as stars or something, and those became the individual ones. So that's the fairy tale that Kyrie's grandmother tells her. She told her that several times. She tells her that in Kingdom Hearts 1, when Sora has a little moment where he ends up in Hollow Bastion. In Birth by Sleep, she tells Kyrie that after Aqua saves her. And also, actually, since Union Cross actually tells that story, if you download the mobile game and install it.
Actually, I'm gonna make you even louder, because just hearing you talk right now, it's honestly hard to hear you while the oh, there we go. It was not at all on the party audio. There we go. Let's see if that helps. Let's see. I'm gonna go back to the thing now. Good thing I can leave the game without ending the stream.
Yeah.
All right, try talking some more.
I mean, I know that I should be perfectly audible on the stream itself because I was checking on YouTube, but yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the thing Kyrie's gonna tell you. That's what Union Cross is. Union Cross tells the story of that, of the Keyblade War and everything that we talked about in Birth by Sleep. And thing is that some of that story ended up being setting up for the series in general, and a lot of people aren't going to play the mobile game. So, Nomura Marluxia's somebody is. That doesn't matter. that doesn't actually matter. That's not going to be important for the series going forward. And even if it does, even if like Kingdom Hearts 4 actually did go like, oh, we're gonna talk about Marluxia somebody now, they're going to treat it as if it's a new revelation. And I say this having played Kingdom Hearts 3. There is like at least one plot point in Kingdom Hearts 3 that is from Union Cross that back cover does not cover.
Heh.
And the game treated it as if it was a new revelation. It was just framed as a new revelation.
Back cover, more like back uncovered. Got him.
And so it's like, okay, like if you don't play Union Cross, you'll just be like, oh, this is new development, and it's fine. You don't learn anything more from having played back cover. You just kind of already know about, or Union Cross rather. But there are some things where you'd be really confused if you didn't know them, but if you watch back cover, you should know everything you can know for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Nice.
And the future, really, not like, and the future, because like even it doesn't even matter. Like it's just a few scenes at the end of the game for Kingdom Hearts 3. It's not immediately apparent how this connects to Kingdom Hearts 3. And it's not even immediately apparent how this connects to other Kingdom Hearts games. But I can say this with absolute certainty, it is definitely going to be important in the series going forward. You will probably be able to tell why. So we can... Are you on the title screen for back cover?
Yes, I am.
So we can start it right now, unless you want to ask it any other questions.
I think I'm pretty much good. I assume we will find out the identities of these 5 people in the title screen. It's actually kind of cool. I like their outfits.
Yeah. Oh, I really like back cover because unlike Kingdom Hearts, which is just kind of like a general Disney crossover and also has Final Fantasy characters, back cover kind of feels more like a fusion of Disney and Square Enix.
Interesting.
Like if you just see the designs of these characters, these kind of look like what I'd expect from if the art of a Square Enix game and a Disney game or Disney property crossed, these characters would be born. That's how I feel.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay, so we can start. Do you want to time it?
Yeah, let's go. All ready?
Time it your regular way.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Respect. Oh, subtitles.
Oh, okay, we gotta do it again.
All right.
I prefer to keep it on.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on. So, people who hate subtitles can't read while watching things. Anyway, I want to do that again, right? So 1, 2, 3. Respect. 1, 2, 3. Respect. Look at this fucking...
Yeah, this is
Oh, because it's just like straight up like the mobile footage.
That's just the mobile game.
It's actually funny because we were just talking about like we were having a separate conversation on Discord about how like Square Enix, when they reference like past games in like a flashback, they don't like redo or upscale anything. It's just like the legit just that footage. And I feel like this accurately like fits into that.
Yep.
There's a lot of 5s and 6s here.
This
I assume it does not matter if that I cannot read these words fast enough.
It doesn't matter. You can pause it and see it later. Especially the Gaston's there because he was definitely not there in Kingdom Hearts 2.
The art is cool for the mobile game.
Yeah, I mean it is very much a
Too
like
bad the mobile game itself kind of is I've heard.
Yeah, it's
Because it's like very gacha-y, right?
It is straight up a gacha game.
Yeah.
And it's turn-based. Nothing really about it that feels any artsy. I actually think this text is like looping.
Yeah, it is. The only thing I like. The only reason I would play this game at all, honestly, is because apparently it has like a character creator.
Yeah, it does.
And I would just get lost in that.
But like, it's not like that robust, and a lot of it is like you have to unlock.
Yeah, that's what I hate. Like, straight up, I wish every mobile game, or not every mobile game, every like MMO or thing with like a character creator. Wow, you died. Everything with a character creator just released the character creator standalone.
Oh, well, sure, but that was you had to unlock the Linux, and they'd release new ones, and you play to unlock them.
Yeah.
So let's actually pay attention. So, Case of Lushu.
So that makes you the indisposable number 7. Huh. Come on, it's simple. You 6 plus me is 7. Wait, don't tell me I don't count.
No.
Recognize that Keyblade sound?
Here, take it.
Hell yeah. I forget what it's called, but I recognize it.
Master's playful and mischievous way. He gave his apprentice Lushu a very important
Keyblade is this,
role.
Sam?
What seemed like a simple task was the element that would connect all of the events to come.
Shit, what's it called? I forget.
Long, long
It's
ago,
Xehanort.
Oh.
all the worlds were still
You
one.
don't actually know the name of the Keyblade yet.
One day, this would be called the Age of Fairy Tales. It all began here in Daybreak Town. The Master of Masters had an eye that gazes into the future. He bestowed upon 5 of his 6 apprentices a copy of the Book of Prophecies, in which was written the events to come.
This dude.
Case of Ira.
So, did you look through the book?
Yes. But I'm still analyzing it.
Wow,
Recognize that
no
voice?
quick skim for you, huh?
I just prefer to be thorough. Master, is what it says in the last passage true?
Oh yeah, that. Bummer, huh?
Yes.
By the way, if one day I suddenly disappear, I'm counting on you to keep the others calm. Okay?
Huh? Disappear?
Vanish? Dim? Fade? I don't know how to explain it. It's just hypothetical talk.
Okay.
This world is full of light. It's a world comprised of many smaller worlds, all connected, stretching as far as the eye can see. One great light protects us all throughout this vast land. All worlds share one light, one fate.
I take it you're talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, you're right on the money. People believe that the light that is Kingdom Hearts will be here forever. But if it were to disappear, the world would be enveloped in darkness.
I understand. That is why you granted us these Keyblades. With these, we can spread the teachings of light. And we can protect Kingdom Hearts from darkness.
No, they're not for protecting Kingdom Hearts.
Huh?
The final passage reads, On that fated land, a great war shall transpire. Darkness will prevail, and the light expire.
Isn't it our duty as Keyblade wielders to prevent this war from taking place?
Not possible.
What?
You really think you can change the future?
Then, what do you want us to do?
We have to focus on what comes after. There's no use thinking of ways to change events that we know are gonna happen.
But what about all of those who are here now? And the ones who will be here when the darkness finally comes? Are we to abandon all of them?
Come on, are you telling me that you think the world can be saved by just 7 people?
We have to at least try. With enough Keyblade wielders, we could...
Well, if you want to give it a shot.
Yes.
Alrighty, good luck.
Got him. Wait, so were you asking me a question earlier?
Yeah, do you recognize Ira's voice actor?
And so the reliable Era,
Oh,
the
Era?
Mask of the Unicorn,
He does sound a
given
little
his role
familiar.
to take over for the Master and to lead the others. Similarly, the virtuous Envy, who wore the mask of the snake, was given her role to watch over the others with a fair eye. The fearless Aced, who wore the mask of the bear, was given his role to support their brand new leader, Era.
So like all early
The
Keyblade
Prudent
wielders.
Tava, who wore the mask of the fox, was given her role to prepare exceptional Keyblade wielders for the world after. The cool-headed Gula, who wore the mask of the leopard, was given his role to uncover the mystery of the Book of Prophecies. Lushu, the first of the apprentices to be given their role, watched his companions from afar as they learned what it was that they were meant to do. Then, he disappeared. Not long after that, the Master vanished, dimmed, and faded without a trace.
Oof. This music.
This is where your story began. The story of your very own adventure.
Look at all these
5 of the
generic
Master's
Keyblade
apprentices
wielders.
armed themselves with the Book of Prophecies. They each created a union. This would fulfill his
Heh.
wishes.
Union Cross.
Yeah,
Then
in the game.
they
you had
set
to
out to
figure it
rally Keyblade wielders just like you. By defeating Heartless, the monsters of darkness, they would gather light.
There's a traitor among us.
Are you certain? What proof do you have?
I found this sniffing around.
Is that a dark Cherothy? Is that a nightmare?
And Chris Walken is a kind of experimental performer, and he's so extraordinary. I never felt any problem with trying to make them together as a couple.
Master, did you make this? It's so cute!
Well, things are gonna get pretty hectic around here soon. But this spirit Cherothy is gonna make your lives much easier. Hopefully.
Spirit?
You could say they're like cats or dogs. And they'll be your loyal pets. Every wielder will have one of these adorable little guys at their side. They're here to help, so play nice.
Familiars,
Oh,
I
right.
guess.
Before I forget, if a wielder is overcome by malice, or rather if their heart is tainted by darkness, their adorable little spirit will turn dark and become a nightmare.
So you're telling us that if we see a nightmare...
Someone has fallen into darkness.
Exactly. And if you don't stop this renegade spirit, it'll plant darkness in the hearts of others. And you'll have an army of nightmares on your hands. Beware.
So, if we see one of these nightmares anywhere, we have to get rid of it on the spot.
No! I won't let you do that!
No wonder you ended up as the bear. You're scary.
Your point?
Maybe you can growl at them.
Don't insult me!
Come on, Hassan. You won't know if it works unless you try.
This master is such like a troll.
Please tell me you're joking. It's not me!
There's an easy way to solve this. If we all summon our spirits, then we'll know.
Unfortunately, there are countless wielders in our unions. It would be easy for any of us to summon a Chirithy that isn't a nightmare. I'm afraid that your suggestion wouldn't help us get to the bottom of this. Yeah, in that case, who's to say that the nightmare you saw belongs to one of us? It could belong to anyone in our unions.
That's highly unlikely. Do you recall the tool the wielders were given in order to make them stronger? We generally don't concern ourselves with what they have at their disposal. However, I believe those tools were the nightmare's doing.
The bangles. I know when they're equipped, they have the power to collect dark energy. But I thought we all agreed that was okay.
Collecting is fine, but using that power is the equivalent of using the power of darkness.
It's a brilliant plan. Everyone knows that all spirits look the same, and wielders exist in spades. There's no way to tell.
Oh no. Everyone's already equipped their bangles.
So what now? How do we find out who's behind this?
Seeing as those bangles couldn't have been acquired by just anyone, I believe it's one of us here in this room.
No, Ira. I respectfully disagree. What proof do we have that the bangles are tied to the power of darkness, or if a nightmare is to blame? We shouldn't simply jump to conclusions.
Ira. You've managed to plant seeds of doubt in all of us with that speech. That was foolish.
Said, that's quite enough.
It looks to me like the Master made the wrong choice.
Wait, where do you think you're going?
Unless the master's just to Xehanort.
I think we're done here. I trust you'll keep us all updated.
I'm just gonna troll the shit out of you.
I hope we can all resolve this soon.
That didn't go as expected.
What's wrong, Ira? This isn't like you.
A lost page. Something's missing from our book
The
of
page of
prophecies.
100 Acre Wood.
Each of our copies were said to contain the events of the future. But this incident, well, it's nowhere to be found.
And how is this whole thing with the traitor tied together?
Like I said, it's nowhere to be found. In my book.
Ira, are you implying that someone is in possession of the missing page? And the person with the complete book is the traitor?
There is something going on, and the page is suspiciously missing from the book. It's not so far-fetched to assume that the one who has the lost page has been turned, that they have fallen into the hands of darkness. Trust me.
There seems to be no record of it in my book either. You may be onto something. I wonder, could this have been the Master's plan all along? To grant the lost page to only one of us?
We have no way of knowing. The Master is gone.
I understand what you're saying. I promise to keep a close eye on the others. I will keep you informed, as always.
Thanks.
Of course. After all, that is what the Master asked of me. And Ira, may your heart be your guiding key.
Here it is.
Case of envy.
So, to sum it up, I'll need you to observe the others. Easy breezy.
All right.
Like I said, Ira may have to take over for me. But don't be shy. Just be fair. And do not be afraid to speak up. Even though I say observe, you'll need to be the mediator. Make sure people get along.
I understand. But without you or Luciu, to form and maintain our own unions is... it's a little unnerving, to be honest.
Oh, come on! Lighten up a little. Maybe I'll never disappear. Wait. Do you want me to go?
What? No, of course not.
I was just kidding.
Oh, I see.
Look, I get that change can be hard for everyone, but things need to keep moving forward. And you need to keep up. Otherwise, you'll just get left behind, all alone. Now that you know what the future holds, Envy, what does your heart say? Your guiding key. I say it all the time. You ultimately need to do what your heart feels is right.
Right.
I followed him out there, and I was still saying so.
I was wrong about Ira. I thought he would make a great leader, but he let me down. Well, what do you two think? You don't believe what Ira said, do you?
Of course not. His argument was unconvincing. It's like Envy said. He's just making baseless assumptions given the situation. There's no evidence to tie his accusations to anyone, let alone one of us.
Maybe there's something he hasn't told us.
And he needs to tell us. How dare he look at us with suspicion? We're his comrades.
I wouldn't call us comrades. Anyway, could you get to the point? I know you didn't call us here just to complain.
I want the three of us to form an alliance.
But alliances are forbidden, us said.
I knew it. I had a feeling it would come to this. So, we join forces, then confront Ira?
Confronting him is pointless. Ira won't change his mind. I know there's darkness at work. There's no question. But I don't believe for a second there's a traitor among us. Unfortunately, Ira doesn't share the same belief. He's just wasting time trying to figure out who the traitor is. The darkness won't wait, and neither should we. We need to band together now and find a way to fight it.
Guess it makes sense.
I agree that we need to do something to fight the darkness. But combining our unions? That was strictly forbidden by the Master.
He's no longer here.
I'm in. But let's be clear. The alliance is just between the two of us right now. I don't want my union members involved.
Gula! I want to follow the Master's teachings.
Understood. That's your choice to make. You should do whatever you feel is right.
Yeah.
By the way, Asid, do Ira and Envy know?
I haven't talked to Ira about it for obvious reasons, but I did ask Envy to join us.
You wanted to see me? Gula, Ava, What are you doing here? What's the meaning of this?
Hear me out, Envy. I want an alliance among our unions. Gula here has already agreed. Will you join us? And together we can...
And disobey the Master's teachings?
We don't have a choice. Darkness is approaching, and we need to combine our strength to stand against it.
The Master bestowed each of us with a different role, and he specifically told us to keep our union separate, to maintain the balance of power. He told us that any imbalance would lead to a desire for more power, which leads to darkness. I know you haven't forgotten. Perhaps it's you who has been tainted by darkness.
I'm tainted by darkness? Then what about
Arthur
you,
fist
Envy?
clench.
You spy on us and report everything you see back to Era. You really think you have no darkness in your heart after what you did?
Because that is my role.
To observe us, yes, but not to disclose everything we say and do to Era.
That's...
For all we know, you and Era could be allies, scheming behind our backs.
that's enough.
Welp.
Already not going well.
Yep.
When will it stop? I don't want us to turn against each other.
Master Alva.
Oh, hello. Your name is Ephemer, right?
Uh-huh. Hey, can I join you?
Uh-huh.
Who dis? New phone, who dis?
Why the long face? Did something happen?
Long day. Do you remember what you asked me before? About why the unions compete against each other instead of working together. Actually,
I like
always
this
wondered the
version of
same
Dearly
thing.
Beloved.
Huh? Isn't it just because the Master said so?
Yes. And as such, we must obey. The Master said so. So it is. Lately, I've really started to wonder. You once told me that you were looking for answers. That you wanted to solve the mysteries of this world. Well, I think that's how things should be. We need to question things and think for ourselves.
Whoa! You are really not yourself today. I guess even foretellers have their off days. Hey, maybe talking about the book will cheer you up.
Not a chance.
Aww.
You were trying to pull a fast one on me, weren't you?
Oh, no, I was joking.
If you say so. But to be honest, I think it would be great if all the unions could work together and be friends.
You know, I made a friend from another union today. Wasn't much of a talker, maybe just shy. We're meeting again tomorrow.
That sounds like so much fun. Then you'd better go home and get some sleep.
Okay. Well, it was nice talking to you.
Classic
to cut
Kingdom
you
Hearts
down.
run cycle.
But please cheer up.
Thank you.
Crash Bandicoot run.
If the worst happens, I'll be glad to leave the future to the kids who see the world in the way that you do. Let the wind carry you far, far away. My dandelions.
Envy. Have you learned something?
It seems Ased and Gula's unions are now allied.
So Ased is the traitor after all.
No, I don't believe he is.
Why's that?
To Ased, unification is a means of gathering strength to oppose the darkness. So I believe his heart still belongs to the light.
Even so, forming alliances was strictly forbidden by the Master.
Yes, and his teachings are absolute. That's why I will try and persuade Gula to dissolve their alliance.
Then I'll do it.
No. Please, let me do the talking. Your intervention will do nothing more than spur Ased's anger.
All right. I'll leave it to you.
And one more thing. Ased has begun to question the two of us. As a precaution, my reports will be less frequent. I don't want him to get the wrong idea. Please understand.
Yes, I do.
Okay, Iwata. Rest in peace.
That was the dark side, and that was the kingdom key.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. No, don't know if I like that.
Well, it is the
I
book of
think I'm
prophecies.
Done with what?
The Alliance. I think it's time to call it quits.
For what reason?
To put it simply, I entered this alliance thinking we were preparing to fight some impending darkness, but it hasn't come. In fact, there haven't been any suspicious incidents recently, and you haven't rallied anyone else to your cause.
Yeah, but
This alliance is meaningless. Even Envy agrees.
Oh, Envy?
Uh-oh. You weren't supposed to find out.
Is Envy the one who told you to break our alliance?
Maybe. But I'm the one who decided to do it. And I've already told you why.
But we don't even know who the traitor is.
I feel like Gula's the traitor right now. It's kind of sketch.
And that's exactly why.
When we as a family addressed Courtney's struggles, we were all able to speak from our hearts.
I just can't trust anyone but myself.
Don't you realize you won't stand a chance against the darkness on your own?
Sorry, my mind's made up.
This game of Mafia right now.
If we all play Mafia, we should wear these outfits.
Envy.
Robes with masks.
You will regret this.
She always said that I wore my heart on my sleeve, and I did it. But when she died, I didn't have a safe place anymore to be vulnerable. So I armored myself to the outside world with, I'm fine, I'm okay, I don't need your pity.
Case of Ased.
You been here long?
Yep.
My bad.
Or ace.
No.
He aced the case.
So, what did you want?
You didn't forget, did you? You're the one who called me here.
Lighten up! I was just kidding. I didn't forget. Give me a little credit here. I was just testing you.
Right.
Now, allow me to tell you about your role. You're going to be Ira's right-hand man.
What? Ira's right-hand man? What do you mean?
Well, Ira's gonna be the new leader after I'm gone, you see. So, just stand by. Don't disappoint.
Explain to me, Master. What do you mean Ira's going to be leader?
What? Is that disappointment I hear? Did you want to be leader?
No! I mean, if you had asked me to be the leader, that's a different story, but I wasn't trying.
You really want to be leader, huh?
Well...
I know you want it, but that just isn't enough. Any chump can say, here's a huge promotion, good job, and make you head honcho. But enthusiasm alone doesn't make a great leader. Ira needs someone like you to give him a push in the right direction.
I agree. Ira is definitely the most worthy among us. I'm sure he'll make a fine leader.
Then it's settled.
Wait, I agreed that he is worthy. But why do we need a new leader, Master? Does that mean you will no longer be teaching us?
Well, I might disappear one day. Well, I might disappear.
Disappear? Why? Where?
Speak up sooner if you're listening. It was embarrassing for me. Anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna disappear or not. It's anyone's guess right now.
What the fuck?
In any case, you need to support Hira. We both know he's quite serious. He's always just thinking and thinking and thinking behind that unicorn mask of his. So everyone will be counting on you to spur him into action.
Right.
You might not be entirely happy with your role, but just know that it's the most important one. Capiche? Shall I elaborate? Making Hira the leader is all good in theory, but sometime later you might think, he's terrible at this. In which case it'll be your job to step up. Who knows? Your leadership might be just what everyone needs. And that is your true role. May your heart be your guiding key. Best of luck, I said.
Alright, now I'm like 90% sure the master is fucking with him.
It's time for me to fulfill my true role.
The master is the traitor. So this music. Oh, that was cool.
Why do you get in my way?
Zahando desu ka? When is that gonna be a spell that Sora can use?
Don't be so conceited. I'm protecting the balance. Just like the master told us to. You need to come to your senses.
No, I never have to go back to the island. I see it once in a while. You know,
If we don't do something, light will expire. Then we won't be able to avoid the grim future that awaits. We need to defy the Master's teachings to protect the world.
You're saying he was wrong?
He's not here anymore. I won't let his prophecy come true. I won't let the world fall into darkness.
You fool!
Ava, over here!
Envy! Ascend! What's going on?
I found out who the traitor is. Regrettably.
No, that's not true!
Ava, there's no time to lose.
And because this meant so much to us, to ever exploit this situation would be criminal to do that. And I know there are people who want to talk about it.
Damn.
May my heart be my guiding key.
How dare they? How dare they? The investigation was mishandled from the beginning. Things were oversimplified and ignored. Conspiracy is a bit. But
Oof.
Master. Master? If you're busy, I can always come back later.
Sure. Oh, no, stay! Now, where... Ah, here it is.
Oh. Oh. Also, there was like a little shadow in that book.
Yeah.
What's this?
Go on, read it.
This is from the Book of Prophecies. But...
Yep. It's a page that's not in any of your books.
And what's written here is...
Your role. You must find the traitor hidden among you, and stop them before it's too late.
Oh.
And in order to help you find the traitor...
I get it. That's why you gave us all different roles, isn't it? If anyone deviates from the job they were given, we can easily conclude that they are the traitor. It's brilliant.
Way to steal my thunder, show off.
Huh?
It's not fair. My plan was supposed to blow your mind with its grandeur. Your jaw should have hit the floor at my sheer genius.
What's this guy?
I'm sorry? But was my logic flawed?
Oh, you're right. So, I guess now you've earned your time in the limelight. Even though there is a traitor, act normal and keep focused. Trust no one but yourself.
Oh boy. Yeah, this is the master's machinations here. He's playing a game of like 5D chess with all of them.
Trust no one but myself.
He's not dead.
Do you want to know what my role is? The books we were given are incomplete. There's a lost page.
Lost page?
On that page, it is written that there is a traitor. The master told me to find and stop that person.
I called you my comrade. But never again, Gula. It doesn't matter to me if you think I am the traitor, and you want to strike me down. You knew there was a traitor, and you just watched silently as we fought each other. And I won't forgive you for that.
You can barely stay on your feet. Just give up already!
Don't you underestimate me!
Oh, well, he's dead.
Please stop! Why did it have to come to this?
to finish me off, and make it quick.
That's not what brought me here today. I wish to fulfill the role bestowed upon me. That's all. It isn't our place to try to change the events of the future. That is not our mission. We're here to make sure that light lives on. With only 5 lights, we can't afford to lose any.
You still count me as one of the 5 lights?
Of course.
Only you could be such a good guy after everything we've been through. But hey, I guess that's one of the reasons I respect you so much. However, we still might only be 4. I'm talking about Gula. He's using the knowledge of something called the Lost Page. He said that it contains events that are missing from all of our books. He's using it to discover and apprehend whoever is the traitor. Claims that's his role. But who knows what his real intentions are? What I do know is that I'll never forgive him for hiding the fact that he knew someone would betray us. That's the biggest betrayal of all.
I'd like to believe that Gula was simply carrying out his role. Aset, I'll deal with this matter. Please keep it to yourself for now.
Understood.
I need to see that lost page.
Why did you tell? It had to be you, because you were the only one who knew where we were hiding. Didn't you think for a second that your actions could be making things worse than they already are?
And why should that even bother you? Not only do you have your union, but you've also gathered the finest Keyblade wielders from other unions, and you're training them in a secret location, aren't you?
Yes, because that is my role!
I had no idea. I apologize. I overstepped.
No. I shouldn't have snapped at you either.
What did Ira want?
I don't know exactly. He just asked me to give up Gula. His eyes... they were... scary. I was worried he'd do something awful.
Gula's being thrown in the
I
gulag.
couldn't tell him where Gula was. Then
The Gula Gulag.
he turned around and walked away.
I see. And Gula? How is he doing?
I don't know. He's gone.
Someone's coming. They're headed straight this way.
Take care of him. Ira? Is something wrong?
I know Gula's here.
What?
Tell me where he is.
But why? What are you going to do?
None of your concern.
Don't.
What?
I won't let you near him.
So that's it. All right. I'll go.
something happen?
Ira was here. He wanted me to give you up.
I knew it. It's finally come to this.
Come to what?
Everyone wants to know about the lost page.
The lost page?
Yeah. It's a page the Master gave me. It doesn't exist in any of our books. It contains a passage about an inevitable betrayal. It talks about the one who bears the sigil. That's it. So, I don't know what to make of it, to be honest. My role is to find out who it is. I suspected Ased and went to confront him. And look what happened.
Why are you telling me this, Gula? I have enough to think about, keeping with the Master's teachings and my role.
Always walking the straight and narrow. I'm a fool for basing my actions on what is written on that lost page. Everything in the passage is ambiguous at best. That's why I need to find out.
But how?
By asking the Master.
But he's not here anymore.
I'm going to summon Kingdom Hearts.
What?
Then he'll have no choice but to come back.
Summoning Kingdom Hearts is forbidden!
That's exactly why. The only way to get him back is to break the rules. If things don't change, the entire world is doomed. But in order to go through with it, I'll need Lux. I don't have nearly enough. You always do the right thing. Help me with this.
I'm sorry. I know you want the Master to return. But you don't know how summoning Kingdom Hearts will affect the rest of the world. The Master, he forbid it for a reason. I'm afraid I can't help you.
I see. May your heart be your guiding key.
That phrase is getting people into trouble.
Yeah.
At a rather alarming frequency.
Ghoul is on a mission to collect Lux.
That explains why Ased and Ira are as well. They're trying to maintain the balance. But that isn't the balance we were expected to keep. If everyone's collecting light solely for themselves, Keyblade wielders will soon turn against one another, which will lead to the Keyblade War.
And what's written in the book, all of it will happen.
Light will expire.
Envy, what are you going to do?
I'll gather Lux too. No matter what, the balance must be kept. Ava, you do the same. We must delay the inevitable.
Right.
What the fuck was that about? Oh.
Yeah, this is a flashback. Don't think too hard, Sam.
Case of Ava.
What's written in the last page of the book is gonna happen. The entire world will be lost to darkness.
But Master, Isn't there anything we can do?
Well, that's what brings me to your role. You might just be the only hope of keeping light from expiring.
Hope? Master, what is it that you need me to do? Oh.
Don't get involved in any battles. Forget the notion of unions. Find Keyblade wielders with potential and create an entirely separate organization. Then, the seeds of a dandelion, let them fly to another world. They will keep the light alive.
Wait a minute.
You really think that I'm the right person for this?
Ava, you're the only person for this.
I understand. Today you're here to continue with your training for our mission. This session may seem like it's familiar to you, but in a world that is different, one made of dreams, you are our hope. A war will soon wage. Those who strive to protect the light will turn their weapons on their allies for the sake of loyalty to their own unions. To be honest, I don't know how far I can guide all of you. What you must remember is that anyone can lose themselves to the darkness. However, there will be no winners. Everything will be lost. Except all of you who are the seeds of hope. When the time comes, and there is war, you mustn't fight, but instead you must fly away from here to the world outside. This training is to help you fulfill this crucial task. The future is in all your hands, as is the world's light. May your hearts be your guiding key.
Where's Ephemer in all of this? Where's the boy? Oh, Case of Lushu.
The gazing eye?
It's not what it's called.
Oh, what then?
Actually, no name.
No name.
Well, gazing or not, that Keyblade does have an eye in it. My eye, to be exact. Ew! Oh, you think that's gross, do ya?
No.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, about your role. You need to pass down that Keyblade to your apprentice and then him to his, so that my eye can see the future.
So the Book of Prophecies.
Bingo! The fact that it exists is proof of your success. That means you've trained a worthy apprentice, passed down that handsome Keyblade, and fulfilled your role. Congratulations! What's the matter? Come on, you did a fantastic job. At least smile a little.
You can't see my face, though.
Done anything yet?
Good point. Guess you better get started then. Unfortunately, you'll have to go alone from here on out. No Book of Prophecies to keep you company either. I can't have you causing any temporal paradoxes. But hey, we both know you'll do just fine without it, right?
Do I really have to go alone? What about the others?
Minor details, so don't sweat it. For now, you, that Keyblade, and this box need to stay out of sight. Just watch with your own eyes, and my eye, of course, as things unfold between the others. Then, when the time is right, go off and do your thing.
What's in it?
It's a secret. And, well, you see, the thing is, you can never, ever open it.
Great, now I really want to know.
All right. I'll indulge you. But this secret stays between the two of us, and you have to promise never to open the box.
I promise.
Oh, we don't even get to know.
But why?
You'll see.
Your meme, it's useful.
May my heart be my guiding key.
Reconnect Kingdom Hearts.
So you can already see.
Oh, that was it? Okay.
Yeah. So, it wasn't like a big, like, this is very much just a setup movie.
Yeah.
But you can already see the connections, can't you?
Yeah.
Like, so now you know.
Oh, Matthew Mercer.
Yeah.
And so was Travis Willingham. I knew I heard that voice before, too.
Yeah.
Oh, the Master was Ray
Master.
Chase.
Yep. He's also known for voicing Noctis from Final Fantasy 15.
He had a sort of Zigbar-ness about him.
Actually, that's really funny because that's not who most people compare Master and Masters to. Actually, people think he's Demix.
Really?
Not that he's literally Demix. They think he's like Demix. So certainly there are some people that think he's literally Demix, but that's probably not true.
I don't think Demix is capable of playing 5D chess.
But we don't. Now you know about the Master of Masters.
Yeah.
That's the character in your memes. But the thing is that image is inaccurate because Master doesn't make memes; he makes them. And so No Name is the most interesting thing here because it has Master's eye on it.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like it's literal. And so he said that he could tell the future, but in actuality, it's just that he can see through the eye on the No-Name Keyblade, and then Lushu passed it down to his apprentice, and it went on for centuries, and he was able to see the future through that eye, and that's the Book of Prophecies.
So eventually, Xehanort gets this Keyblade.
Yes. That is indeed the case. That Xehanort eventually gets the Keyblade. And it certainly has the eye on it. But actually there's more to it. Can you look at Discord?
Yes, I can.
Like without like looking away from the screen or anything.
Yeah, no, I've got my tablet set up.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't know if you noticed this about No Name, and this certainly hasn't been officially stated anywhere, but this is Roxas' thing.
Yeah. I like that the music seems like a mixture of just straight up old Kingdom Hearts songs and also like mixes of new ones. Or not mixes of new ones, new mixes of old songs.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's any actual theme songs in this. But yeah, there's mixes. Also, Count Master of Masters, is he not a Disney villain?
Like, yeah, so I think the main takeaway is like I don't think there is a traitor. I think it's just that's just some shit he made up to introduce seeds of doubt. Like he's just like all of what he did was probably just a trick to get the Keyblade War to essentially start. Just manipulate everybody. Some Machiavellian shit.
Yeah, and he probably did that so that Lucio can separate and probably give his Keyblade up to, what's it called?
Unlocked theater.
Yeah, so you can look at individual scenes. You can look at the characters. Do we have character models there?
Let's find out.
They do not have character models there.
Oh, well, they do. There is a characters setting also.
Yeah,
So,
no, I'm just saying.
What if I? So it's the list of chapters. It's okay. It's just cool.
Oh, so can you look at Discord real quick?
Yeah.
So let me show you let me send you the no-name Keyblade. That you can see the eye.
Oh, I see. The Dandelions is the name of the Ava's special union.
Yep. So you see the no-name picture I sent you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me send you something else. You're gonna go crazy, Sam.
What? It's got the same eye.
Yeah, Soul Eater from Kingdom Hearts 1. Same eye. So Riku also had the eye. And that's how so Master Master is probably seeing things from Riku's perspective as well, because Soul Eater has the eye. Now let's look at Ansem's weapon from Kingdom Hearts 1.
Bro.
And of course, who can forget? Even when he became a good guy,
Yeah.
whose Keyblade still has the eye. But hey, it's not just Riku, is it? Riku and Ansem, that is. Remember this Keyblade?
Oh yeah.
That's Vanitas',
Yeah.
and it also has the eye.
Fucking shit, dude.
So, this recurring eyeball in all of these weapons, it's just a recurring eyeball, and it's always been there. Oh, also, this is, here. This is Terra's ultimate weapon in Birth by Sleep.
Oh yeah.
The Chaos Stripper. So yeah, like, it's just... That's the real main takeaway for this, is the fact that the Master of Masters have been watching the entire series. And then the Book of Prophecies, which foretells the events that happen, is just because he literally saw every game in the series. Yeah, that's just
So the
how
Book
it
of
was.
Prophecies is basically just the plot of Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, it is. Like, that, remember? The
Yeah.
dark side and the Kingdom Key? That was
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 1. So there's that, Master of Masters, who knows if he's a hero, or a villain, or what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
But he is a very fun character. Very interesting character. He very much acts like a Disney villain, down to the jokes.
Yeah.
Aced is like his dumb minion. So let me explain something else. Did you notice a common theme with their names? Or if you're on the character screen, you look at them.
Yeah.
Do you notice anything?
There is sort of a theme.
Let me give you. Let me complete Ava for you. Alright?
Yeah.
Avarice.
Oh. Oh.
Do you see the theme now?
They're all like vices and things. But like parts of the words are missing, right?
Well, it's specifically the Latin word, so you're not gonna recognize all of them.
Well,
but no, not just any vices. You should recognize these specific vices.
Oh, that's the deadly sins.
Yes. So we got
So
envy is envy.
Yeah. So avarice is greed. Ira is probably wrath, irate. Gula is.
Asced is sloth. That's all I don't remember exactly the Latin word was. Let's see.
Maybe like exceed or something.
Yes.
I said sloth. Acedia is the actual word, apparently. Like apathy. Maybe gula is like gluttony?
Gluttony, yeah. Gula is gluttony. So we have Ira's wrath, envy's envy.
Lushu is
lust.
Lust, which means Master of Masters has to be pride.
I mean, it certainly makes sense, right?
I can't believe Kingdom Hearts back cover is just Full Metal Alchemist.
Figured you'd say that.
Yeah, I mean that was a pretty obvious joke. Once I realized, oh no, this deadly sins, I immediately thought of homunculi.
But yeah, it's actually interesting to note that they don't like fall under the specific traditional sins, because they're not like outright evil or intentionally bad or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So Ava can be seen as greedy for taking everybody else's Keyblade wielders. And,
yeah, it's like what's interesting. It's like it's very clever because it's like it's not that the characters are themselves like vicious, right? That they have vices.
Master of Masters.
Yeah, except for Master of Masters. But it's like it's more that their situations and roles get used against them in a way that in a vacuum appears to be like it has like a vices associated with it, kind of.
Yeah, so like Ava is greedy because she wants the best possible outcome, and she has to take the other people's secret leaders. Ira, what's it called? Let's see. Pretty much, Ira just being
I think
angry at the traitor.
Yeah, his seriousness, his
yeah, he's just super serious, and he's just like a very harsh way of doing things, and it like kind of ruins everything. So envy is like Envy isn't like envious herself. She just kind of inspires envy.
Mm-hmm.
Like she makes Asced envious because she's in league with Ira or Ira. I keep saying Ira.
Yeah, it's actually Ira.
I said at the beginning. Yeah. So Asced's funny because he is not sloth at all. Like actually, if he was sloth, things would have been better. He's just not sloth. By the way, I don't need to say this, but please do not look anything up from that cover.
Yeah.
I mean, don't look up anything Kingdom Hearts related at all, but yeah. But like, all I'll say is I absolutely cannot explain to you why Lushu embodies lust.
It could be. It could be. No, the only guess is that it could be his like more like less for like sexual lust, but like lust for knowledge or something. Like
it's not sexual because Lushu, the specific like the word for lust comes from the Latin word luxuria, which is what Lushu is taking the name from, luxuria. But you know what else comes from luxuria?
Luxury.
Luxury.
Yeah.
Luxurious. That lust was for anything. Luxurious meant that you lusted for those things. The type of thing that you lust over. The only so this is what I'd say for Lushu is that he's another inspiring thing is that he passes on No Name, and that does not end. No Name and every weapon with the gazing eye does not end up in a good person's hands.
Yeah, which is sort of suspicious.
They all want power. Xehanort, Vanitas, Riku, and Ansel.
Yeah, so maybe that's what that is.
They all wanted something. So yeah, it's like that. And then obviously, the Master of Masters is definitely pride. If indeed he fit, the only thing left is pride, and like that absolutely fits Master of Masters. He is a very, very interesting character, very fun character. That we don't know who he is at all.
Interestingly, the Latin word for pride is superbia, so don't know what that means yet. But
I don't know if you caught this, but on the box, it says that Lushu has. It says Key Super.
Mm-hmm.
So. Like key as in the Greek letter key, and then it just says super, which in Latin means key above. But yeah, Superbia definitely fits. But yeah, like one of the biggest theories for who Master of Masters is, and honestly, I don't even think it's any existing character.
Yeah.
At all, but
I don't think so either.
But there's like so many theories. Like, for example, actor Salmon pointed out similarities not only in his mannerisms, but also certain lines of dialogue. And especially talking about a traitor in such seriousness. Some people like to say that he is Demix's somebody.
That'd be really funny.
That would be the craziest thing. And maybe he disappeared because because he turned into a heartless. Nobody. The other examples are the other theories I've heard are Sora or Riku traveled back in time or something, and I think those are just dumb.
Yeah.
And then there's the very off chance some people say it's Nomura.
That I would believe.
Because if Yen Sid is Walt Disney and Ericus was Sakaguchi, but then from Square, but then he's not around anymore. But then the guy who has the plot for Kingdom Hearts all written down is Nomura.
I think that also would make a lot of... It would explain, like, how Nomura kind of sees himself and, like, what he's trying to do, because Master of Masters is playing 5D chess. And so is Nomura.
I don't think it's Nomura, but, like...
That would be fucking incredible. I would love that.
Yeah.
The other weird thing, like... this doesn't have anything... This is probably just a coincidence, but, like there's sort of a theme of, like, no, the word no being involved in things. Like the Keyblade is no name, and then Xehanort is, like, an anagram of no heart with an X in it, right? So it's, like, no Mura.
I don't want to think too hard about that. So I'm gonna send you this meme that I sent you before, but you didn't actually recognize the characters. So isn't it really funny?
Hello, my beautiful son. Just wondering, did you eat my hummus as it seems to have disappeared and I was so looking forward to it? Maybe, fucker.
So isn't it hilarious how not only Master of Masters and Mushu literally just have the same design, and yet you can just tell them apart anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah. So...
It's great.
So basically, it's not like you're gonna fight Master of Masters in Kingdom Hearts 3. This is pretty much like, since he like foresees the entire series, and like he's even watching over Xehanort due to, like, you know, the
presumably if you were to ever fight him in a Kingdom Hearts game, it would be like, I feel like it would have to be the last Kingdom Hearts game or something. Like, it would have to end the entire plot, which would be whatever. Like, who knows what Kingdom Hearts game that would be. Probably not even Kingdom Hearts 4.
Definitely not Kingdom Hearts 4.
It would be Kingdom Hearts, like, who knows what number, I don't know, Kingdom Hearts 5, Kingdom Hearts 6. How long do they want to have it go? I don't know.
I am, like, so surprised that Master of Masters did not have a villain song. Right?
Yeah.
Like, the bit, that bit where what's it called? He like says the thing and Ascent doesn't react until he repeats himself.
That was hilarious.
That is straight out of a Disney villain. That is the type of humor that you'd find from a Disney villain acting with their dumb minions. Like,
yeah.
Like with AVs and Pain and Panic or something. Or with like Scar and the Hyenas. And it's just hilarious.
Yeah.
And like, who knows if there was a traitor or if Master of Masters was just like, you know, just orchestrating the Keyblade War. Especially if, like, yeah, like, he like, how much did he foretell and how much did he make happen?
Mm-hmm.
And did he really disappear? Like, man, who knows? Oh, this obviously is extremely unlikely, but the final, what's it called? The final theory for who Master of Masters is, and there's no basis for this, except for voice actor, is that he's not just. Oh man, like, we just don't know.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, don't look at anything about this, and don't even talk to anyone about it. Because things from this definitely do pop up in 3D. Not in 3D or anything else, but they pop up in 3D. They're
Okay.
not like terribly important, but basically 3 reveals slightly more about this, pretty much because it's in the future. I think like I actually like the most obvious way to look at it is that Master of Masters is the next villain.
Yeah.
Like you had the Xehanort saga, but then who was behind him? Spoilers, it was Master of Masters. He made that Keyblade.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So that was that cover. It wasn't like any. It wasn't like a real movie. It was pretty much just like 80 minutes of setup. But was it fun?
Yeah, I liked it. It was interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. It actually like doesn't really feel like it's Kingdom Hearts in a way.
Yeah.
I think that's on purpose.
And again, I also I feel like I want to mention this because I feel like every time I consume more Kingdom Hearts content, I feel like I want to like mention this, but once again, it's like I don't see how Kingdom Hearts' story is confusing. Like even with this, it's like, to sum it up, right? You just have like there's this guy, Master of Masters, and these 6 other people, and they're trying to stop the world from going into darkness. But Masters of Masters is actually a Machiavellian bitch, and he manipulates everyone else into doing shit that inevitably kicks off the next Keyblade War and creates a lineage of
it's the only
morally gray at best, generally dark Keyblade wielders. Like that's the takeaway. And I spent like 30 seconds summarizing that. So you know.
Yeah, I mean this doesn't even show the Keyblade War. It's pretty much just showed, oh yeah, Master of Masters did it. Like
I'm actually
what?
I actually have the impression that the Keyblade War in and of itself isn't that important.
It's not really.
Like the fact that it happened, and it's like what's important more are like the consequences and like the context behind it, not so much the war itself.
Yeah, as Ava said, like everyone loses. That's what happened. Like,
yeah,
the war happened.
Like we don't even know. Like we don't even know who was in the war really. Like you can make there are implications, but we don't like in back cover we don't actually see any. Yeah, like that's the implication is that everyone just fights each other, and then everyone dies, including all of the the Keyblade wielders we saw. Like the only people who don't die are the Dandelions, the Ava's other people. Correct. Like they leave, and that's probably partially why like there are any Keyblade wielders at all after that, is that they left and then spread their teachings to other people. And so presumably all of the other Keyblade wielders who are not on this lineage came from someone who maybe it was one of the Dandelions.
Yeah.
Like looking at Birth by Sleep, for example, right? You can explain like Terra is in the Master of Masters lineage because he has the ultimate Keyblade form, right, with the eye on it.
He only really gets it when when Ericus dies, but yeah.
Yeah. Which is kind of funny. Ventus is like has his own thing going on, and was like literally born like at the beginning of the story. So
so actually there's a funny thing about that. Again, this stuff is this is the stuff that won't be like isn't going to be important in 3. But I'm going to like tell you a little bit about the stuff that happens after that cover in Union Cross. Keyblade War happens, and then the Union leaders all kaput. Okay, let me explain something. So, in the fairy tale that Kyrie's grandmother tells her, she tells her that like plot over it, and like that explained in this movie when Kula says that he needs to collect more Lux. Lux being light, and then Ava tells Envy that Kula's collecting Lux, and then Envy is like, oh, and that's why Ira and Aced are collecting Lux, and then she says that she's gonna collect Lux, and Ava should too. That's what it is. That's them fighting over the light and getting rid of themselves.
Yeah.
That's the whole explanation. Like, it is, like, the fairy tale is, oh, everybody wanted for themselves. But then this explains that it basically started with Gula wanting to summon Kingdom Hearts and everybody trying to make sure he doesn't, basically.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I was going to explain is, I'm just going to tell you a couple of members of the Dandelions. Because that's not covered in back cover, I think pretty much just because that this was developed after the story was continued after back cover is made. But yeah, Ephemer is like the main one.
Yeah.
Part of Dandelions. And this is the most interesting one, and it has not been explained. It still hasn't been explained. Even like after Kingdom Hearts 3, it hasn't been explained. We don't know how, but Ventus is one of them.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Like, and Ventus does not remember his past at all.
So, I guess it's not that he was... So I guess it's more... Maybe that's why his eyes were blank. He's amnesiac. Not that he was born.
Remember, he was training under Xehanort, and then he basically dies, but then Xehanort takes him to Destiny Islands to bury him, and then he connects with Sora's heart, and that's what saves Ventus. So
I wonder if that would be like a future Kingdom Hearts game, would be like Ventus before Birth by Sleep.
Yeah, but like before that happened, he was training under Xehanort. But the thing is, why would he be training under Xehanort? He's older than him. He's older than everyone. Unless it was like time travel.
Yeah.
I
or some weird like Captain America stasis thing.
Like absolutely no one knows. Like the fan base literally treats Union Cross Ventus and Birth by Sleep Ventus as separate characters, pretty much because if it weren't for the name and appearance, like it would be separate characters. There's just no connection so far.
Yeah.
And then there's Brain. You know about Brain.
Yeah.
Strelitzia, who is
interesting.
Sister of Lorium. Lorium being the somebody
Marluxia's. Yeah.
And the last one is Elrena, who is the somebody of Larxene.
Interesting.
So yeah, those are the main dandelions. So the named ones, say that.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's also the player character, and then all the generic ones. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. This pretty much just goes more into detail on how the world of Kingdom Hearts started.
Yeah.
Anything there's a lot of details that cover skips over, and a lot of people go like, "Oh, you need to actually play Union Cross or watch the cutscenes to get all that." But the thing is, the point of the story isn't all the details and how they connect. That's not the right way to interact with the story.
Yeah. That's how everyone who makes the stupid video essays thinks about it. Is that you need to see it as a linear summary of plot elements. any non-linearity is seen as confusing and therefore bad. Which is like, no, how does...
Yeah.
No, like, no one reads and understands stories that way. Like, you read them linearly because you kind of have to in most cases, but you don't understand them linearly.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm actually glad that Kingdom Hearts is not linear, because it's part of what makes the storytelling so good. Like,
Yeah.
imagine if it was completely linear. Imagine if you had to play Birth by Sleep first. That would have hit nearly as hard.
Yeah.
But yeah,
If anything,
so, like,
the reason to play Birth by Sleep earlier rather than later is not for story, it's for gameplay.
Yeah, so that's that. Speaking of Birth by Sleep, I don't know if you can do this without breaking the stream, but we could also just watch the secret episode cutscenes. So that,
Oh yeah. Yeah, why don't we do that? Is that's on 1.5, 2.5, right?
Yeah.
Because it's Birth by Sleep.
So yeah, I don't know if you close the application to the stream it or anything, or you could just not. We could just not do it on stream and.
Yeah, we don't really have to do it on stream, to be honest.
Yeah,
well, we'll see what happens. Let's as an experiment. Let's see if we can switch games in the middle of the stream.
Let me actually open up the stream on my computer. Because I didn't actually. I was just following along.
Yeah. So in case this ends the stream, I guess we'll just say.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you when I open up the stream. So that, of course, like there's probably no one watching the stream. So
No, probably not.
Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, so you're on the main menu with all the games, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You can try see what happens, and the stream's still running.
Okay. So just in case this ends the stream, I guess we'll say. To anyone who was watching this VOD, I hope you enjoyed it, because I certainly had a lot of fun. It was certainly pretty interesting.
I hope you enjoyed watching along with us, even if we didn't really do that much.
Yeah, and we might do more quarantine streams in the future. Probably not Kingdom Hearts, though.
Yeah, I apologize for any quality issues that arrive because we're not using our setup, we're using our headsets.
Yeah, my mic quality is probably slightly worse. I know Cam is definitely quieter, if nothing else.
There's probably background audio getting picked up.
Yeah, almost certainly the TV's... I should have turned the TV down a little bit, but there's the TV in the background. It's probably got picked up a little bit. So I apologize for that. Maybe in the future we'll try to tinker with the things a little bit. And yeah, I don't know. We might do more streams like this.
I actually have been meaning to ask if there's some way for me to get my mic back.
Oh, your actual mic? I could mail it to you? Maybe?
Maybe. Well, we'll think about it later, not in stream.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Yeah. So yeah. Just in case it gets shut down, we might be making fools of ourselves because it might not shut down. But just in case it does, well, we'll see you next time. I guess maybe in whatever else we do. I don't know if if we do another quarantine stream, it'll probably not be Kingdom Hearts. The only thing I told Cam, which I feel is worth mentioning, is that if the quarantine lasts a really long time, if they say to still stay in your homes throughout the rest of the fall and most of winter, we might actually do Dream Drop Distance this way and do it as a quarantine game. Otherwise, though, we'll probably just wait until things are better again. But yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
So yeah, I forget. Do I hold options or do I hold home? Okay, so. All right. So. Oh, well, I'm not trying to I'm trying to close the application, not the broadcast. All right. All right, so going to close application now.